Well, this edition of ACUMEN, GIBS magazine, about innovation, and we're joined now by GIBS Dean, Professor Nick Binedell, a long-time student of strategy. Nick, welcome. You argue that innovation is fundamental to the capitalist system. Why?
Well, I suppose it's a natural condition amongst all forms of life, including human life, that as conditions change around you, you need to adapt what you're doing to take advantage of the change or to create the change. So Schumpeter argued about the gales of creative destruction, which is how capitalism, one of capitalism's fundamental ideas, is that innovation is a natural order of things and business is that part in which this happens.
Doesn't a great deal of this depend on luck, on where you happen to find yourself, the natural resources, the institutions around you?
I suppose so. You could argue that. I mean, it's a great time to have been in the business of social media. If you could get your basic strategy right, the world worked in your favor. I think of cell phones 20 years ago. It was a good business to be in as opposed to cement. But Louis Pasteur once said that chance favors the prepared mind. So I think, you know, a system can open, a new opportunity or industry can open, but not everyone has the acumen to understand the size of the opportunity and then to assemble the resources and abilities to go after it and to have that incredible agility to follow where it's leading. You know, in many mature industries, it's an efficiency business, but in innovative industries, you have to keep changing your strategy as the industry settles into some kind of rhythm.
Some folks, some leaders of companies seem to be able to spot innovation, whether it's at the very center of their organizations or whether it's right out on the periphery.
Well, most companies battle to have peripheral vision, so do leaders, so do all of us actually. The eye, in fact, physically is geared for focused looking. And peripheral vision tends to be a little more hard to pick up. Companies and countries have to have peripheral vision, and I think they work hard to increase it these days. But some are able to see it. Some get so focused they become obsessed. And others are sort of paying attention on the way to work and picking up what we call the softer signals that then become very important.
So innovation would then usually imply a willingness to abandon the conventional.
Well, I think this is the paradox of it. William Duggan, of whom I'm a great fan, wrote a lovely book on strategic intuition. And he studied Napoleon and others very carefully. He said what they do is they assemble a big pot of knowledge and experience. They have a problem or opportunity that becomes present. They have the big aha, and then they have the will to make it happen. So intuition, a lot of business is intuitive. If you think about, you know, starting something from the ground up, where the market's not clear, what the pattern of need is not clear. The automobile industry 100 years ago, a lot of this is what the Germans call Fingerspitzengefühl, the sensitivity in the finger to feel the thing. So some of it's very rational and analytical, and some of it is more creative.
We wish you enormous success.
Thanks so much, Chris.